So I think this all boils down to behavior management though, because like I do get this question all the time. So the biggest thing is I set my expectations right away. Like it's not a choice to be like flip-flopping on the carpet or running away. Like this is what we do. But I also give a lot of like positive reinforcement. So I have a star chart where they move up the chart, not down. And when they get to the star, they get to pick a mini eraser. At the beginning of the year, like I use this a ton. So the first day of school, everybody got to the star because I'm letting them know these are my expectations. When we're at the carpet, because I have 22 students in a class, I know some classrooms will even do like you can sit like a mermaid, you can sit on your knees, but like I don't have room for that. So they do have to sit crisscross applesauce. If there's some that really can't, like I'll put their permanent seat in the back so that they can be on their knees. But in general, we're sitting crisscross applesauce. Your hands are in your lap, your eyes are on me, and you are being quiet. And so like I go over and over this the first few days and they know that this is their job. So we actually taught today, our first classroom rule is be responsible. And that's a big word for do your job. So your job at preschool is when I'm teaching, you need to be sitting with your eyes on me. And then I was giving lots of praise. There was a little boy who was sitting so nicely with his hands in his lap and he was smiling at me, just like nodding every time I said something. I'm like, oh my goodness, I can tell that you're listening to me because you're sitting there so quietly, your eyes are on me and you're even nodding yes. Like I can tell that you hear what I'm saying. And so they all want to do the same thing. When I praise one child and I move them up on the star, they all ended up doing the same thing because they want to be praised too. They want me to notice them that they're doing the right thing. So, I mean, I have, during the first few days especially, you have students that don't know routines and so they're trying to go everywhere in the classroom. So it does take a lot. Like I have one assistant in the room with 22 students. So if there's somebody that's like off going somewhere else, we let them know right away and like, nope, that's not a choice, and she'll kind of guide them over. Now, if they're really refusing, like she's going to stand in front of them like, it is not a choice to play, this is your job right now. So I think the two biggest things that maybe new teachers need to know, because classroom management is more important than anything. So like you can't teach if you don't have classroom management. If you have kids that are flip-flopping their bodies on the carpet or are running away, you can't teach, especially if you have the amount of kids that I have in my classroom, which is 22, like you can't have 2 or 3 students that are running around because it distracts everybody. So you do have to have good behavior management. You have to right away, like make them feel comfortable and loved and excited to be there. So you do have to, like it's hard because they don't know you yet, but very quickly you have to create a relationship with every student. So you have to really let them know that you're a kind person, that you're loving, that you're caring. And number 2, you have to create your structure and your boundaries for your classroom and your expectations, and they have to know that it's, like I use those words a lot. I say that's not a choice. It's not a choice. Because they have to know that this is what I expect of them. And I have really high expectations of them. Typically, I mean, after the first few days, I don't have anybody that's leaving the carpet. I don't have anybody that's flip-flopping their body. Now, of course, you have students that might have like attention disorders or anything like that, and you might give them some fidgets in their hands, and you'll notice that as the year goes on, or give them a special spot, maybe in the back where they're not disrupting the others. But in general, if you do those things, you're going to have a good behavior management.